You're watching Local News Network Durango. I'm Deborah Uroda. By all traditional measures of success at an academic institution, Tom Stritikus' first year as president of Fort Lewis College was a winner. The Fort Lewis College Foundation hit a single-year fundraising record of $4.6 million. The college raised more than $7 million for undergraduate research, and it completed a new strategic plan that tectonically shifts its mission and identity away from its historical focus as a public liberal arts college to that of a comprehensive regional college and university.
We are an institution that has deep liberal arts roots, and those liberal arts roots include communication, critical thinking. But we're an institution that has a business school. We have an education school. We have health science programs. So what I like to talk about, and I think our faculty do as well, is really we have roots in the liberal arts, but higher education is evolving, and every higher education institution needs to evolve with the times. And I think it's really important. Anytime an institution just rests on a single label and doesn't imbue that label with meaning that's connected to the community, to economic changes, to shift in higher ed, that's a shaky place to be. So I think calling yourself any kind of institution, a research institution, a teaching institution, whatever it is, it's really more about what you do. And actually our faculty just this year, in addition to this, did revision on our mission statement and our value statement. And we challenged each other to not actually use the term liberal arts, but actually unpack what that means. Because liberal arts might mean something to people who've worked in higher education, but we're communicating to families, to parents, to employers, and we want to be crystal clear about what the value of it is, what we do.
Stritikus joined Fort Lewis College last August after serving as Deputy Director of Education for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Prior to joining the foundation, Stritikus served as Dean of the University of Washington College of Education. In his last year as Dean, the college was rated as the 6th best college of education in the country. Although the strategic plan and the college's new mission have shifted, Stritikus says the college has retained its strong commitment to individual attention, small classes, and student success.
We wanted to put the students at the center of everything that we do, to make sure that this campus is a world-class in terms of serving students, and really thinking very seriously about not only student success when they're here, but what happens when they go off into the world. So the plan, which is really the campus's plan, that's what I'm actually most proud of. We got it done really fast. So we did this in about 3.5 months, which for higher ed is warp speed. But more than that, it was truly campus plan. There's some of my ideas in there, but these were ideas that came from the faculty, the staff, and the students. We had a very inclusive process.
As one example of its commitment to student success, the college established a one-stop shop for student services called Skyhawk Station.
Being a student's complicated business. You got to get advised, you got to register for classes, you got to pay tuition, you got to get your ID card. And we had students walking all over campus to get those things. Those places were all in different places. They'd get answers from different people. And so we said in the strategic plan, no, let's put all of our services in a single one-stop shop, formerly Miller Hall. And let's put advising there, let's put all of the places that you'd need to go to be a student. And we renamed that building Skyhawk Station. And we did another cool thing. If you go over there used to be 5 spots, parking spots that were reserved for administrators. Those are all now reserved for students who are accessing Skyhawk Station. So there is no president spot, parking spot on campus. There's no vice president parking spots on campus. There's some reserved spots for people visiting the president that you may have taken advantage of. But that's an example of really putting the students at the center, because I think our students are just as busy as I am. Probably some of them are even more busy.
The college's shift away from its liberal arts identity was driven in part by a commitment to building stronger community partnerships and developing programs that support the regional labor market and economy. In turn, that supports another major goal to provide students with more experiential learning through internships and research projects that allow them to apply what they've learned outside the classroom.
Student success is not only what happens on the campus, but what happens in the broader community. So take something like internships, which is a huge focus for us right now. We want to make sure that students, if they're developing, as they should be, really deep writing skills, really deep communication skills, but they're able to apply them in some real-world context. And internships are a great way of doing that. So in the strategic plan, we prioritize creating relationships with local businesses, local community organizations, and national ones as well, so that we can place students in internships so they can develop real-world skills that are going to serve them well when they leave the institution.
Fort Lewis College continues to have its challenges. Enrollment remains flat, with fall enrollment expected to be a little under 2,900 students, a significant drop from the college's enrollment high of 4,400 students in the early 2000s. Flat enrollment means no funding for new initiatives. The college also lost its legislative bid last winter for state funding to build a new health sciences center, an initiative it will undertake a second time during the 2020 legislative session.
We definitely made some mistakes actually along the way. I think we were unclear about what the value of the building was. It was wrapped into some athletics goals, and the state doesn't fund athletics. They don't fund athletics capital. So this is an academic building. The athletics part of the project has been stripped essentially from the project, and we're quite clear about the role that the health sciences play in terms of serving the needs of the region and our growth as an institution, really being that comprehensive college/university that we're going to be in the future.
Despite its ongoing financial challenges, the college did not raise in-state tuition for the 2019-2020 academic year, and staff will receive a 3% raise, and expect more changes at Fort Lewis College under Stritikus' leadership.
I'm optimistic about what we have gotten done, but I'm very impatient about where we need to continue to go. That being said, we've got a great group of faculty and staff who are committed to working with a really diverse body of students, and I think we will top it. We're just going to keep pushing. This is not a one-year project.
The college's new mission and vision to become a comprehensive regional college and university will be presented to the FLC Board of Trustees and the Faculty Senate this fall for their approval. In the meantime, if you'd like to follow developments at Fort Lewis College, visit fortlewis.edu. Thanks for watching this edition of Local News Network Durango. If you like this story and want to watch it again, visit our website at durangotv.com, where you'll also find an archive of our past stories. You may also catch us on Durango Cable Channel 15 or on one of the many digital signs located around town. I'm Deborah Uroda for Local News Network Durango.